Hello dear students. Today we are going to see how to prepare and sterilize nutrient broth and nutrient agar. So the aim of the practical is to prepare and sterilize nutrient broth and nutrient agar. The requirements are that is the apparatus required are conical flask, glass rod, burner, water bath beaker. Chemicals required are beef extract, peptone, sodium chloride, agar and distilled water. Equipment required is autoclave for sterilization. Then principle, that is nutrition is a substance which is used in biosynthesis and energy production, and therefore they are required for all the living things. Bacteria, like all living cells, require nutrition for their biochemical processes, and bacteria require the sources of carbon, nitrogen, phosphorus, iron, and a large number of other molecules which can be obtained from the culture media. So, what is this bacteriological media? These are artificially prepared mixtures of various nutrients which are required for the growth and multiplication of microorganisms. A wide variety of culture media are used for the isolation, preservation, growth, maintenance, and identification of bacteria. So, on ideal culture media, it should supply carbon, nitrogen, energy sources, and other nutrients. And nutrient agar is the most commonly used lab medium for the bacteria. So, what are the common ingredients of media? That is the water, peptone, yeast extract, meat extract, agar. So water, tap or pure distilled water can be used. All enzymatically controlled reactions occur in presence of water. Copper distilled water should not be used because copper inhibits the bacterial growth. Then peptone, it acts as a source of nitrogenous compound. So it is a complex mixture of partially digested protein which is obtained from lean meat, casein, fibrin, soya, and heart muscle. It should be placed in tightly closed container as it is very hygroscopic and become very sticky when exposed to air. Then comes the next one, that is the yeast extract which is prepared from the baker's yeast. It contains carbohydrates, amino acids, and other growth factors which are required for the growth. And it also acts as a source of vitamin, and it can be substituted in case of the meat extract. Meat extract, it is prepared from the fresh lean meat by hot water extraction, and it contains gelatin, peptones, amino acids, creatinine, mineral salt, and growth factors. And last important part or component which is used in the media is the agar. So it is a long chain parasaccharide or polysaccharide from seaweeds, algae, and the algae which yields the agar is known as the agarophytes. And agar contains the mixture of two polysaccharide, that is agarose and agaropectin, and that is the reason why it has this solidifying properties due to these two polysaccharides, and it is used for the preparation of solid media. So properties of agar include it is a good solidifying agent, and it provides no nutritional value, bacteriologically inert and resistant to action of microorganisms. It is stable at different temperature which is used for incubation. It melts at 95 to 98 degrees Celsius and gets solidified below 40 degrees Celsius, and that is the reason why it is used as a solidifying agent, and it is easily available and economical. So what are the types of culture media which are used? So a culture media, it is a spatial medium which is used to grow different kind of microorganisms, and it is composed of different nutrients that is essential for microbial growth. So depending on the nutrients required, the culture media can be divided into various classes. So it can be solid or liquid. So if it is solid, it means it contains a jelly-like substance known as agar. And if it is liquid, that means it does not contain the agar. So there are some types of important culture media which are used in micro labs. So we'll see the classification of culture media. That is, classification can be done on the basis of physical state, that is then oxygen requirement, based on chemical composition, and based on the functional type, or you can say utility. So based on the physical state, it can be divided into solid medium, semi-solid medium, and liquid medium. That is, solid medium contain 2% agar, semi-solid medium contain 0.2 to 0.5% agar, and liquid medium contains the absence of agar. That is, there is no agar present at all. So solid medium, that is, agar is the most commonly used solidifying agent in the solid medium, and the concentration can be between 1.5 to 2.5%. Then semi-solid media, that is, they are soft and useful in demonstrating the bacterial motility and to separate motile from non-motile strains. Example is nutrient broth containing 0.5% agar. So here the concentration of agar is only 0.2 to 0.5%. Then third is the liquid media. That is, there is no agar present here, and it is referred as nutrient broth. So bacteria grow uniformly producing the turbidity. Example is the fluid thioglycolate broth. Then classification of media based on oxygen requirement. That is the aerobic media which is used to grow aerobic microbes. Example is McConkey's broth and mannitol salt agar. And anaerobic media which is used to grow anaerobic microbes. Example is Robertson cooked meat medium. Based on chemical composition, the media can be divided as simple or basal media. That is, example is nutrient broth and nutrient agar. It contains the peptone, meat extract, and sodium chloride. And nutrient broth plus 2% agar is known as the nutrient agar. Okay. So nutrient broth and nutrient agar is the same, only the difference is nutrient broth does not contain the agar, while nutrient agar contains the 2% agar. It is used to isolate separate colonies for study, and it is also used to study colony morphology, pigmentation, and identification test. Then synthetic or defined media, that is, chemically they can be defined. It includes peptone water and nutrient broth. Then specially prepared media from pure chemical substance which are used for research purpose. Composition of every component which is there in the media is very well known in synthetic or defined media. Example is peptone water, which contains 1% peptone plus 0.5% sodium chloride in water. Then comes the third type, that is non-synthetic, undefined or complex media that contains complex material of biological origin such as blood, milk, yeast extract or beef extract. So here the chemical composition is not known. So chemically not defined, contains the complex material, and exact chemical composition is not known. Example is blood agar, milk agar, yeast extract, broth, and trypticase soy agar, that is TSA. Then depending on the functional type, they can be divided into the 9 types. So what is this enriched medium? That is add extra nutrients in the form of blood, serum, egg yolk to make enriched media, and they are used to grow nutritionally exacting or fastidious bacteria. Example is blood agar, chocolate agar, loafer, serum slow. Then comes selective and enrichment media. So these media are designed to inhibit the unwanted bacteria and to recover the wanted bacteria. So selective media, they are agar based, while enrichment media are liquid in consistency. So they do not contain the agar. So agar media can be made selective by adding certain inhibitory agents that don't affect the pathogen of interest. So various approaches are used to make it selective, like add some antibiotic or dyes, chemicals, alter the pH, or combination of these. So selective medium, as I have told you, differential growth suppression. So they suppress the growth of some undesired microorganisms and allow the growth of only desired microorganism. Example is McConkey's agas, then DCA, Lowenstein and Jensen medium. Enrichment culture medium, it is used to increase the relative concentration of certain microorganism prior to plotting on solid selective medium. So unlike selective media, this is a broth. So enrichment media are liquid media that also serves to inhibit the commensals in the clinical specimen. Example is selenite F broth, tetrathionate broth, and alkaline peptone water. Then comes indicator media, which contains indicator which changes the color when a bacterium grows in them. Example is Wilson Blair medium, which is used to check the Salmonella typhi, which forms black colonies. Then Macleod's medium, that is used to identify diphtheria bacilli, and Christensen's urease medium. Then differential media, that is used to distinguish between the bacteria, like McConkey's medium, it is used to distinguish between lactose fermenter and non-lactose fermenter, and blood agar medium is also used as a differential medium. Then sugar media, it contains fermentable substances or sugars like glucose, arabinose, lactose, and starch. It also contains a small tube, that is Durham tube, which is used to detect the presence of gas by the bacteria. Then transport media, that is the clinical specimens must be transported to laboratory immediately after the collection to prevent the overgrowth of contaminated microorganism, and this can be achieved by using the transport media, and such media prevent the desiccation of the specimen and inhibit the overgrowth of unwanted bacteria. So media used for transporting the sample, the example is Stewart's medium, that is non-nutrient soft agar gel containing a reducing agent and charcoal, which is used for the gonococci, and buffered glycerol saline, it is used for the transportation of the enteric bacilli. Then comes assay media, that is used for the assay of vitamins, amino acids and antibiotics. Then storage media, that is used to help in preservation and storage of bacteria. Example is Dorset's egg medium, nutrient agar tabs, blood agar slants, Robertson's cooked meat medium, etc. So this was about the classification of the media based on the various bases. Then nutrient agar. The composition of nutrient agar is yeast, meat or beef extract 10 gram, which act as a carbohydrate source. Then peptone, which act as a source of amino acids. Sodium chloride and agar, which act as a solidifying agent, and sodium chloride act as an electrolyte, and distilled water is used to make the 1000 ml, which act as a vehicle. So difference between nutrient agar and nutrient broth, this can be asked. So nutrient agar refers to general purpose medium that supports the growth of wide range of microorganisms, and it also allows the growth of fastidious organism, that is the nutrient broth. It contains 2% agar while it does not contain the agar. They contain peptone, beef extract, yeast extract, agar and sodium chloride while it does not contain the agar. This is a solid medium while broth is a liquid medium. It is used to grow non-fastidious organism while broth is used to grow fastidious organism. Nutrient agar can be poured into the petri dish while the broth is poured into the test tube and culture bottles. It is used for colony formation of microorganisms while broth is used to maintain the stocks of microorganisms. So this is the basic difference between nutrient agar and nutrient broth. So now we will see how to prepare and sterilize the nutrient broth and nutrient agar.
Hello students, today we are going to study, that is how to prepare and sterilize nutrient broth and nutrient agar. The difference between the two is that the nutrient agar, it contains the agar which is act as a solidifying agent, while nutrient broth does not contain the agar. Now for this we require conical flask containing the distilled water, glass rod, agar powder, peptone, beef extract, sodium chloride, and to adjust the pH, one normal NaOH and one normal HCl. Now let's start preparing the nutrient agar. Now we have to prepare 200 ml of nutrient broth first, and then we will add the solidified agar or the agar as a solidifying agent, which will get converted into nutrient agar. So for this we have taken 200 ml of distilled water. All the ingredients except agar are added into this distilled water. Then dissolve these ingredients into the distilled water to form a clear solution. So now we have dissolved all the ingredients except the agar into the 200 ml of distilled water, and this is the solution obtained. Now we have determined the pH of the solution using pH meter, and then we have adjusted the pH of the solution to 7 using one normal NaOH or one normal HCl. Either of the reagent is used to adjust the pH. So for 200 ml of the broth, okay, now this is the broth which is known as the nutrient broth, to which I am going to add 5 gram of agar, which have been calculated as per the 200 ml. So now I am adding the agar powder into this. Now I will dissolve this agar with the help of heating. The heating should be continued until you get a clear solution and all the agar powder have been dissolved. You can see all the agar have been dissolved and our nutrient agar is ready to get sterilized. Now plug this flask with non-absorbent cotton, wrap it with newspaper and sterilize it at 121 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes using autoclave. Now we have plugged the flask with this non-absorbent cotton. Now we'll wrap this flask with this newspaper for the sterilization. The flask is now ready for sterilization. We will place it in autoclave and allow it to sterilize for 15 minutes. So this was all about how to prepare nutrient broth and nutrient agar and how to sterilize it. Thank you students for listening. So here you can see the pressure have been reached up to 15 psi. You have to hold the autoclave for 15 minutes from now onwards. That is the holding time for 15 psi is 15 minutes. Now the holding time is over of 15 minutes. We will switch off the autoclave. Now we have switched off the autoclave. Here you can see the pressure is coming down. Slowly we will release this release valve. So the excess steam will be released from this release valve. So slowly we have to loosen this valve so that the steam which is generated inside will come out. Also you have to ensure that ventilation is there, otherwise the steam will get accumulated into the lab. So slowly release the valve to remove the steam.
Now we'll see the procedure which we have already seen. That is, weigh all the additives, dissolve all the additives except agar in appropriate volume of distilled water. So we have prepared 200 ml. So likewise we have calculated the quantities and then we have added it in 200 ml of distilled water. Then adjust the pH using 1 normal HCl or 1 normal NaOH. Add agar powder and the medium is heated to dissolve the agar to form a clear liquid. And the medium is dispensed in flask. Plug the flask using non-absorbent cotton and sterilize the media at 121 degrees Celsius, 15 pounds per square inch pressure for 15 minutes in an autoclave. So the result is nutrient broth and nutrient agar was prepared and sterilized using autoclave. So possible question asked will be, write the composition of nutrient agar with role of each ingredient. Why agar is used as a solidifying agent. Explain method of preparation of agar. Give classification of cultured media. Define the following terms like enriched media, enrichment media, selective media, indicator media, differential media, sugar media, transport media, assay media, storage media. In addition to this, they can ask you to differentiate between nutrient broth and nutrient agar. So this was all about how to prepare and sterilize nutrient broth and nutrient agar.